premiere episode of Solutions for the Culture. I am AJ.
John McClain, and they still suck.
Hey, all right. So we're gonna talk about some topics that's affecting the culture, that's influenced by the culture. Anything having to do with us.
Yeah.
You see, we blacked out. Come on now.
Black out. Representing for the culture.
Okay, all of that.
Yeah.
So to get us started, since this is new news, Jerry Springer just died.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, when you think about Jerry Springer, I mean, it's crazy how everybody want to just kind of always go to the negative, like, you're not the father, and you the father, and they slept with a man, and all the other stuff. But you know what? I would say this: Jerry Springer, he was an innovator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to give that man his props to a degree because he figured out how to navigate. He figured out how to channel talk show into like a form of entertainment.
Yeah.
Because if you think about your typical talk shows back in the day, your Ricky Lakes and your Oprah Winfrey's and all them, and I forgot the other lady name, but when you think about it, they were just more so direct interview, all the other stuff, or either they may have spoke upon issues that may have been related to like relationship matters or personal matters that may have been going on. But Jerry, you said, look, I'm not gonna take this shit serious. You know, I mean, we gonna turn it around. We gonna turn this shit into a show. We gonna turn it into some drama because what do we all love? People love drama. I mean, that's why that's how you got your Real Housewives and all that shit, because it is. I mean, because this is supposed to be quote unquote reality TV, but it's scripted reality, you know.
Jerry walked, so all of these new shows can run.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to him though.
Yeah.
For sure. I remember all them times being homesick from school, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn on Jerry. And that was the thing I was yelling before World Star, as a matter of fact. Be like, Jerry, Jerry. Anytime something
World Star. What? That was like World Star.
Yeah. Yeah. That's wild. R.I.P.
Yeah.
You know, I know a few people who was on his show too. And they was like, oh yeah, we was for show acting. I'm like, yeah. That's but yeah. And then so if y'all didn't watch my interview with him, go check that out too. I'm gonna put the link above.
Yeah.
But on the interview we did together, you had said something about how some people sell shoes just for the recognition and the notoriety or whatnot, and they not really making profit, which made me want to say attention is a hell of a drug. And the way social media is set up right now, it's so many pump fakers out here that's like going for attention, and it is wild. Like, what's your thoughts on this whole social media game at this point?
I mean, it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's exactly what it is, because you got people that want to really. If you think about social media, take it back to high school days.
Mm-hmm.
You got it's everything is categorized, and you know you have your smart people, you know, the nerds or what you want to call them. You got your techies, you got jocks, you got the certain selective type of women to the other type of women. It's just it's all like high school type of interpretation if you really look at it.
Yeah.
And then somebody's getting bullied at the end of it, you know. I mean, or somebody getting disrespected. I mean, social media it's like I said, it's a gift and a curse, but you gotta understand what it's here for, you know. And I think if you're gonna utilize it for monetary values, and utilize it for that. Yeah. But as far as the popularity element of it, you know, everybody doing anything just to get clicks. I mean, think about my man. Got people burning themselves up and shit for dumb shit. You know, how many challenges they didn't have?
Okay.
I don't know. You know, they just want attention. Attention is a whore. You know, and like for real,
for the streets.
They want it. Because they want to be known. They want to try to bring back what they missed probably in high school or something of that nature. It is what it is.
Or what they never had, because social media is a great platform to reinvent yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, what kind of people gonna reinvent it. I mean, shit, a lot of people reinvented themselves.
As a matter of fact, you know who Sukihana is?
Sukihana.
Yeah, she a real ratchet female rapper.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's this rapper. She called herself Sukihana the Goat. And she is like, when I tell you raw, straight up, like, wow, like, yeah, she out there. So, it was a conversation on Twitter that I just saw, because she just did this interview, and she was talking about how she liked to get peed on and all this stuff, and it was wild. So, it was a conversation on Twitter, like, dog, I remember in like 2011, 2010, Suki used to be grounded, talking about like selling waist beads, and talking about breastfeeding and all this stuff. And then she signed a deal. She said she wanted to become famous. She signed a deal, and then she went on live, and she was crying on the live, talking about like she didn't realize what the deal entailed. And so she was like, you know, she basically signed her soul over, and she has to keep up this image now, and until her contract is yeah. So it's like, damn. Who are you? She got work done on her body and everything, and it's like, damn, are you her now, or who are you? Like, is the OG you still in there, or what's up? Because it seemed like you got lost in the game. All of that for attention, and I get it. There's money behind it, but shit, like,
you can't sell yourself on the dollars, though. You know, at the end of the day, you just can't do it. It's not worth it, because it's serious. You can't take it with you. You know, and plus. They're gonna look at you at that one way, you know. People think that it's that whole, oh well, we forgot. No, motherfuckers ain't forget shit. They ain't forget nothing. It's a history now. But no, you just can't sell your soul. Some people do it. That's them. That's what they want to do. Then that's on them, you know. But attention, like I said, is once again, it's a whore. It's a whore. So. That's what she want to get peed on, shitted on, whatever, eggs thrown on her, whatever it may be. I don't know. It's weird. That's that weirdo shit, man. You know, straight up. That's that gang goofy shit. You know, I don't know if you seen, what was it? It was this girl talking about some, yeah, you feel single or something shit. She doing a live or whatever. Like, yeah, you know, is you single? Yeah, because I'm single. Her dude was in jail. So this nigga ended up tapping in on her live, like, hey.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he like, no, fuck that. Like, no, you say you single? You made her ass put ketchup on her face. He like, no, get that ketchup, put it on your face.
Oh, okay.
Get that mustard, put it on your face. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, you wanna be something, huh? I mean, but that's just part of it. You know, that's the whore element of it. Social media is a whore.
That is wild.
People do anything to seek that attention. It's not that really deep. It's not that deep. You don't need confirmation to know that you are whole or you respected. I mean, you think about it, these people that, okay, you doing it for likes. Half these shit, I didn't even say half. You can have 100,000 followers. I guarantee out of 100,000, only probably 10 or 11 motherfuckers really know who you are.
Yep.
So they ain't gonna care. You can fall off the next day. Yo, something can happen. They ain't gonna donate shit to your ass. They ain't gonna do nothing for you. Now, you might have some that may do it, but nah, it's not that deep.
And that's the thing, like, social media gives everybody a chance to feel famous, like that celebrity life that everybody used to see on, because I used to stay up late, watch Perez Hilton and stuff, talk about all these celebrities and all the gossip and all that stuff. When TMZ first started, I was watching them and whatnot, and it's like, oh, you desire the celebrity status and the life and all that stuff like that. But honestly, it's like, damn, y'all really just putting y'all whole lives out here. Like, people, celebrities just to like despise paparazzi and shit because they got no privacy. Now people are willingly putting up all their business on social media. It's like nothing is for privacy. But it's like a lot of these motherfuckers ain't even making money. It's the potential of making money. That's like, it's like, damn, what the fuck? Like,
but it's if your name is, the more your name is out there, the more you're wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, last 50 Cent. I mean, look, that's no knock on 50. Like 50, I think 50 is a smart businessman in the way he did it. He did it in a different way, and he know how to keep his name out there. You
Yeah.
know, he continuously has done it, and he's built the empire behind. Now he don't do it as much, but that's what he did. He trolled.
Yeah.
Same shit. Like you see the copycats, the 6ix9ines of the world that try to do all that. You see, he got his ass whooped behind it. So you can't, you know, that's that attention. It's a whore. It's a whore. Everybody had the whore.
And I feel like, since you brought up 6ix9ine, I feel like because characters like that are still prospering to an extent, it opens up the floodgates for people to want to be like him.
Yeah.
And that shit is wild to me. Like, nah, I can't rock with it.
I wouldn't say it's so much wild as you've always had it. You always had the copycats. It's just that it wasn't displayed for us to see. You know, think about, that's what I said. It go back to the high school thing. When you have, okay, so you know how you always had a popular person, the person that's, let's say, I don't want to go no sports analogies, but this is the popular person, the person that's fly, the person that came in with the Prada zone, you know, bucket, Gucci bucket hat, all that, had jewelry on, all that. So, you're gonna have that copycat. But he's not gonna do it the same way that he does it. He'll do it in a different way, but he'll try to be loud. Because the person that may be doing it in the Pradas and the Gucci bucket hat can be quiet in the mud. But the person that, let's just say, is doing it with the Balenciaga, loud.
Yeah.
Because he has to differentiate himself from the other person. So the only way you can do it ain't by the name brand. You gotta do it by being loud. So let me be loud and catch your attention and see this and this. And that's what, and that normally happens.
That's wild.
You know.
Yeah. That's true though. Very true.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, and then I feel like the way social media is evolving with the metaverse. Oh, did you hear about the girl who is suing these dudes because, this one dude, because he sexually assaulted her on the metaverse. Right. It's VR.
Oh, I didn't know you.
Take the headphones off. Take the goggles off. Like, how? And I'm like, oh nah, yeah, it's a wrap. Like, I feel like there are gonna be people who don't pay attention to this world we in. Like, social media is a different universe at this point. And so, like, I feel like they just gonna put their headset on, and that's gonna be the world that they invest in, and they're gonna let their real life just deteriorate and shit. Cause, like, how are you getting assaulted? I don't get it. I don't get it.
That reminds me of that movie. What's the name of that movie? Surrogates. I don't know if you remember it with Bruce Willis. It wasn't no like top class movie or nothing like that. But so what they did was they put the headsets on, same shit, and they were robots or whatever.
Okay.
Like it wasn't even humans. They didn't walk around as humans. They walked around as pretty much like robots, but it was in human form. And they was, they can be young and all the other stuff. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this whole VR shit is now. Like, you just in the whole, because everybody is trying to escape reality. Because they don't want to deal with it. I mean, you got people that feel like they're not up to the standards of what is to be displayed out here as far as their appearance wise. They may not feel like whether your size, your look, or your culture or whatever, or ethnicity or whatever. They just feel like they're not appreciated, so they want to step into another realm and say, well, maybe I'll be appreciated here. That's why you have those trolls that be on Twitter and Facebook and and IG, because they want to escape.
Yeah.
They want to escape their reality. So
escapism is real for sure.
Yeah.
And if y'all need help, I'm plugging myself here. If y'all need help with the escapism, you can consult a life coach. One, if you need a therapist, go to a therapist first. Period. But if you are mentally sound and you would like a life coach to help you find alternative ways to handle your escapism and acceptance of yourself, hit me up. My bookings are open. All right. But yeah, that's real. And that's just, I guess, another form of escapism, like gambling, like drinking, like smoking, like everything. We all got our vices.
Yeah, everybody has a vice, you know, and that's, and if you notice, like, that's why they go towards the social media. People spend the majority of the time on social media because it's. I didn't even know they had a whole thing on IG now, so where it shows you how long you've been on there.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I didn't even know that. It shows you how many videos you looked at.
Oof, I don't even want to see that.
I'm like, damn, I'm like, it's crazy because it's the new. It's kind of the new TV too.
Yeah.
Because think about it, we get more of our news and our information from social media versus than the actual news.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why newspapers is kind of irrelevant to a degree. Who the fuck is getting newspapers now? Older people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ain't no young people picking them up damn newspaper.
Unless I'm clipping coupons on Sundays.
Shit.
Sometimes.
Y'all don't even do that now.
I don't
Digital
do that for real.
They got digital coupons now.
You're
so,
right.
you know. But,
damn.
yeah, that's what it is. I mean, that's why social media got a chokehold on the entire on society in a whole. And then it's always, and then also see the benefits that's good behind it. You can connect with so many people.
Yes, you can
know,
find your tribe.
Yeah, you can connect with a lot of people. Like if let's say if you got a drawing club, if you got people that love to draw, you can connect with somebody from Switzerland. You can connect with somebody from Japan. You can connect with somebody from Europe. You know, and they may give you tidbits on how to improve your craft. You know, same thing when it comes to, you know, let's say in music, you can get your little tidbits and stuff like that from other people and building that community. So those are the benefits behind social media, but people don't utilize it. If you really break down and categorize like each category and say, let's just say bullshit that we watch, far as somebody getting slapped or somebody setting themselves on fire or you know whatever, I guarantee that's 50% of what we watch because it's a form of entertainment and the way the brain kind of works is we want to laugh, we want to look at silly shit sometimes, or we want to look at the ignorant. You know, that's just what it is because it's entertaining.
I feel like also with that, I feel like the algorithm really affected how we utilize social media because it puts people in boxes, right? Because the algorithm be like, oh, you like this video? Let me show you 20 more, and then 20 more of them, and then you just come in this polarized box. Then you don't realize what else is going around the world, and I feel like that could be limited because social media is great. Like, it's a lot of great to it. There, polarities where there's good, there's bad. Yeah. And the great side of that is, like you said, you can find your tribe. You can find the people who can help you. Social media helped pull me out of depression because I didn't really have like the mentors that I wanted when I was depressed. And then I went on YouTube to find mentors, and I followed their directions. And I'm like, all right, whatever. One of them went on tour. I went to their tour, and I'm like, yes, this is the inspiration I need. So, like, I fucks with that heavy, but it's like, man, if you get outside of that box, like, you gotta intentionally throw the algorithm off and just go looking for something that you don't normally fuck with, and then go like that, and so you can kind of just get a different variety, because otherwise, there's people like these Fox News watchers who that's all they see is propaganda, political propaganda, racial propaganda, and all this stuff. And it's like, step out of that box and you'll realize that you're in a box. Otherwise, you don't know shit. You just in there following whoever and whatever tells you whatever information you get. And it's like, man, this is wild. Like, it's become so powerful. So I think the algorithm needs to kind of chill out a little bit, because that's where I feel like the downfall of social media started happening.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's scary to me when I look up some shoes or something like that, and then all of a sudden I got these ads popping up. Shoes. Or I'll look up like, all right, I want to go get something to eat from, Benihana's, and I'm getting all this shit from Benihana's. I'm like, what the fuck? I just wanted to order the food. Like, don't mess up the algorithm like that. But like you said, you gotta at least have variety. Don't constantly look at the same stuff, because look up things that's going to be beneficial to you, like on the business side. I think You look up all the stuff and all the information that's out here now when it comes to just bettering yourself, whether it can be financially, it can be health wise, spiritually. It's so much, it's so many things out here that can actually help you, but we just ignore it, you know.
Yeah.
But if we keep, like you said, keep on that algorithm and just stay on what you want to watch, I mean, what you want to look at, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, you know, it's going to be like something's going to be thrown in.
Yep. And even, I know a lot of the times, even with my phone, like, I don't even have to type that shit. I could be having a conversation and it's listening, and then I get a whole bunch of ads for that shit. And it's like, damn, like, aren't y'all not supposed to be doing this?
Yeah.
Like,
that's that, that's that other shit right there.
Right. Man, even with Google, I love Google. Yeah. They the feds for sure. They
Google the feds. Feds is watching. Yeah.
But it's like, man, they make shit so convenient. And I always say this: when there is convenience, you exchange convenience for power. Like, and you got to give up some form of power for that convenience. So what you gonna do? Like, so I didn't gave up a lot of my power as far as privacy goes, because Google makes it so convenient to like pull some shit up. Like, all right, Google, where was I 3 years ago when I went on vacation? What was that restaurant? I just did that. Really? I was at a restaurant in Puerto Rico in 2016, and I was trying to figure it out. Google had that shit, and it was like, oh yeah, that restaurant permanently closed. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because I was going to recommend it. I'm like, damn, y'all still got this information. Yeah. They got every trip I've went on since I've had an Android phone.
See, that's crazy, because that was the same thing, you know, we went to Chicago for All-Star Weekend, and you know how I had your location? That shit was still in Chicago 3 years later. Like, what the fuck? Why is it still in Chicago? I ain't in Chicago, man. So, yeah, it is crazy how they take your information and keep it, and then they know exactly what you want and all that. It's scary. I ain't gonna lie, it's scary, man. Like,
yeah.
This whole algorithm shit, man.
And what else I think is scary is how fast AI is developing right now.
Yeah, did you hear about the stuff they got now with the AI voices that be rapping songs and all that? I think I heard.
Oh, Drake was pissed about that shit. He said, cease and desist right the fuck now, because niggas was doing verses in his.
Yeah, I heard when Kanye did Count Me Out. And I'm like, Kendrick. And I'm like, hold on, did he really rap it? I didn't even know it was an AI. And I'm like, low-key, it sound cold though.
Yeah, right. Like this shit kind of sweet.
Sound cold.
Yeah. And that's one thing. Like, so there was this woman they're talking about scam artists are calling people now just to get people's voice to record for AI. So it was this lady who was giving her testimony in that situation, and she was like, this dude had called, and he said he was lying and saying that he had her daughter, and her daughter was held hostage, and she was like, that was my daughter's voice. And she was like, Mom, help me, I messed up, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And she was like, he was demanding money and everything from her. And she was like panicking and everything. She was like, her daughter came from upstairs and was like, Mom, what are you talking about? Like, I'm right here. And she hung up the phone and she was like, that was scary as fuck. Like, and I'm like, that's one of the reasons why I don't want, like, I got a 5-year-old daughter. She likes YouTube. She wants to be on YouTube because she's seen me on YouTube. And she sees other kids on YouTube. And it's like, yeah, that could be lucrative and everything. Cool. Yeah. But I don't want people to utilize her likeness, because nobody on social media can tell how my daughter's voice sounds. I don't get those recordings. I take pictures, still images of her. And it's rare that I post her for real. Right. So it's like, I don't want her likeness and stuff like that on social media for the Wild Wild West to use. Like, that shit is wild out here. Like, and terrifying. But I know I'm not going to be able to keep her off social media, because that's the new wave. That's how you stay on task with stuff. But it's just teaching her how to like moderate herself and what's appropriate and what's not. Like, if she has the video and it cusses more than twice, like they may say hell or damn, and then she'll be like, okay, one time, and then if they do it again, she'll cut it off. If it's a hard word like, you know, shit, fuck, bitch, whatever, she'll cut it off. And she'll be like, no, that's inappropriate. So I'm like, okay, as long as you're starting to notice, and she can kind of moderate herself from there. And I'll be listening, and she be in my account while on her tablet. Her tablet is attached to my YouTube, so when she's not home, I can peruse what she got going on. Because, yeah, no, I'd be a lot of shit. And for these kids, their brain is being molded to social media. Like, this is their shit, and they become addicted to this, and that's their reality, and they think seeing what these kids doing on social media is what they supposed to be doing. And no, it ain't even like that. Like,
right.
That shit is wild to me.
That's why you notice right now when you have so many people talking about depression or anxiety, things like that, because they don't even know who they are. They don't even know how to interact, because their only interaction is through social media, you know.
Yeah.
And they're trying to still figure themselves out and figure who they are as an individual. Social media it's a monster at the end of the day. I feel like the more you kind of keep continuously engage in it and indulge in it, really, you'll end up losing yourself in the long run.
Yeah.
Because you got to, like, this is where you have to take things back to becoming like more of the manual element of it. And shit, read a book. Just go to the library, go read a book, and try to figure out some things. You know, don't get all your information from social media, because social media lies. Like, people think Wikipedia is correct. It's fucking not correct. That shit is altered by any and everybody.
Yeah.
You know, they could tell you, shit, grass is blue. What? It's blue because of this. Like, no, it's, you know, but they can alter it. They can do whatever they want. So it's just all about the work that you put in at the end of the day, you know. And if you really want to put the work in and try to figure out, like, to better yourself or whatever that shit is you're seeking, sometimes you just got to go back to the old school terminology and just go kind of get into the books.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, go library. They're still around.
Yeah.
So,
support your local library.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Because they be needing it. We need them to stay around. You see what's happening in the malls and all types of shit. They all closing down. At least keep the library, please. Like,
well, the malls, that was gonna eventually happen.
Yeah.
Because it's the malls were convenient during that time. When the internet came, it changed everything. Because, like, you gotta think about, when you go in the mall, it's selective. So when you go in there, let's say you want to go, if you want to go get some jeans or whatever, and they only got a 32-30, but you really want these jeans, and you can go online and they got them, and you like, well, fuck it, I can go ahead and get it overnight. I'll pay the $17 for overnight. Got them overnight. Yeah. So it's just more convenience. Yeah. Because right now that's what we live at. We live in a convenience world. Yeah. You know what I mean? Shit, it's like, I don't know, like, right now we lazy. Hell yeah. We lazy. We all lazy shit, because we can call and go get our food. You know, and they'll drop it out to your front porch. We can call and get our groceries, drop it out to your front porch same day. Versus actually going to the store and going to get it. This shit, and my fear is, you going to get groceries, you know, having somebody bring groceries to you, shit, you don't know if they spit on it, roll that bitch on the ground, did whatever, rubbed it on their ass, licked on it, whatever. I'm just saying, because you got we got weirdos out here. It's a lot of weirdos. So it's just, everything now is just more so predicated on convenience.
And that's that convenience power exchange. Because also, like, I was just telling my homeboy, like, yo, we hopping in the cars with strangers, calling it innovation, like Lyft and Uber and all that shit like that. We having strangers bring sometimes open food to our house that we order. We don't know what they done done with that shit, like you said. And it's like, I would have never trusted a stranger with my food. Like, bro, like. And now some of these places, they do close them, because I DoorDash or whatever. So like, they'll tape it closed and you can't have access. But some of them restaurants don't. And it's like, what? Like, and it ain't shit for some people to just close it back up or seal it back up or however they do it. It's like, man, you just really don't know. We put a lot of trust in strangers these days. Yeah. And it's like, man, I don't know if I could do that. I grew up paranoid. Like, and I'm still a little paranoid. So it's like, if something don't look right, nah, give me my money back.
When you black, you paranoid.
That part. Shit. And from weird. Detroit, shit.
Yeah, you black,
keep your head on a swivel.
But never, you know, one thing you don't do is don't ever get drinks delivered.
Yeah,
you know,
hell
because
no.
you know that's the easy access. You motherfucker can lift that shit up, throw some shit in there. You never know. So don't do that. It's just sometimes it's better off just go ahead and get your shit from the store. Don't put your trust in another individual because you don't know what type of shit they on that day. They could be like fuck the world and they want to just kill a motherfucker. That's where you have the trench coat motherfuckers.
Right.
And these kids that wanted to say, I want to shoot up a school today. I want to shoot up a movie theater today. You don't know what is going on in these people's mind, you know. So you just can't put faith and trust in each and everybody because they don't trust them. Lead. They don't know you. Shit, they can be like, fuck you. That can be part of their plot. Just kill you. So yeah, you gotta be definitely careful on what you're doing, especially when it comes to that shit.
Might fuck around, bring anthrax back. Fuck, like, man.
They may throw a little corona in your cup. You never know. Shit. You know, I mean, I know you heard about that. They enforcing that shit. Now they put it in foods. So, you know.
I'm over all of that
They
shit.
say you gonna get this shit.
I'm about to go ahead, start me an urban garden, and go get me some cows and shit. All of that. Give me an agricultural USDA loan and call it a damn day. Because, no, the way this stuff is acting and these laws getting passed. And that's another thing. Social media is a great distraction on what the fuck is going on in politics. Because, baby, it's some shit that's been being passed. And I'm like, does anybody give a fuck anymore? Like, because how the fuck? Like, what's going on? mRNA vaccines in the animals and the plants.
Yeah.
So vegans, y'all ain't got shit to say. It's in y'all stuff too. We have to start to learn to be more self-sufficient and get some of that power back. And yes, we gonna lose some of that convenience. That's just gonna be that. Like, it's gonna be time consuming. It's gonna be labor intensive. It's gonna be like a whole bunch of shit. And you gotta start having talents. Like, you gotta have a talent that's barterable. And yeah, that's not a word, but I made it up, so fuck it. But like, you gotta start bartering stuff because, like, at some point, what I see from what I'm observing, it looked like other nations are trying to choke America out as far as the value of the dollar. And I also see that, as you see, the Cash App owner just got mysteriously murdered not too long ago.
Yeah.
But like, all these big banks now want to do digital currency and get into crypto and all that stuff.
You see what happened with that? You know, you got poor ass Matt Damon down there ready to blow his goddamn brains out.
Listen,
you know,
and it's like, man, what the fuck? Like, everybody wants to, cause I get it. During the pandemic, all the other countries was telling like the feds, like, don't do them stimmy checks. You're gonna put the rest of the country in a depression or a recession, and we ain't trying to do that. America was like, fuck y'all, we gonna do it twice. So like, and hey, I'm not gonna say nothing here nor there. It happened. That's what it was. So now these other nations like, man, fuck America. Like,
well, you know, the whole thing was symbols on why they did that, right? That was, in my opinion, it was a test. It was a test to go ahead and see what are you gonna do with this money, because technically they wanted to create businesses behind them, because they like, okay, if we give you this money, guess what we're gonna do? And you get businesses, then now we can generate more money. But you had the ignorant ass fuckers that want to go take trips, want to go floss, and want to go do the whole unemployment scam and shit. And it's like, see, this is why you motherfuckers will never get 40 acres in a mill. Because look what you did. We gave you an opportunity, and this is petty cash. And in all reality, the stimulus wasn't shit but a loan.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I'll give you $35,000, $5,000, $10,000, because you're going to give it right back to me.
Yep.
So fuck it. I'll give it to you. You're going to give it right back to me anyway. But they were looking at the ones like, okay, if I give you this, are you going to create a business out of it? That's why they had the PPP loans. That's why they did all that, because they wanted to see if the people that really wanted that needed that opportunity was going to take advantage of it. So those individuals who did, because I could say for myself and my people, before the pandemic, it was only 4 of us that had legit business. After the pandemic, 16 of us now got a business.
Damn.
Legit business.
That's
you know,
what's
it's
up.
either LLC or a corporation. So we took advantage of it because we understood. Now, these other motherfuckers didn't understand because they was too busy trying to stunt for the grant.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, you bitches is drinking Ace of Spades. Now you hoes back to Bacardi. Y'all back to Bacardi now. Y'all back on that Savecca and shit. Because y'all wanted to stunt. And now look at you. Y'all wanted to buy all the fucking shoes, buy all the Balenciaga, buy all the Gucci, buy all the Louis. Now y'all bitches back at Walmart.
I should have had my idea for my nonprofit before when all that free money was out. Cause that would have been lovely. I didn't think of the nonprofit until this past year. Nonprofit on the way, y'all, this summer. But yeah, like, you right. And I ain't gonna lie, with one of them stimmies, I was on a Sheen haul, Sheen and Fashion Nova. Boxes coming at the crib. Like, my daughter's father was like, so you got another one? Like, yes, I want to do my wardrobe. But the other half, I saved and I invested a lot of that money too because, that whole pandemic time for the stock market, it was some come ups to be had. Like, the day that the stock market closed, when everything shut down, was that Friday, March 13th? No, it was, Friday the 13th, yep. And I was working, it was like, everything, government buildings closing down, the stock market closing. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I went and invested in a whole bunch of shit, and I'm like, oh, yeah, nah. And as, like, the toilet paper stuff and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, yeah, nah, it's time to invest. And that stuff, it worked out very well. Very lucrative. The pandemic was a come up.
It was coming for a lot of people that really understood, a lot of things, especially like I was saying with the business. Because people start really understanding exactly, because the information was out there more. But you still had those other people want to, cut corners and do all that other stupid shit. But it really helped out a lot of the small businesses, and that's what I was so appreciative of when it came to the pan. I don't say appreciative of, but it did help with small businesses. It kept things going. It helped out a lot of companies, a lot of businesses, so they could stay afloat. People didn't have to try to figure out ways to pay their bills and stuff.
Or pay their staff.
Yeah, pay their staff. Shit, it's a lot when you're dealing with overhead. Like, people fail to realize. Think about all the businesses that closed behind the pandemic. From TGI Fridays to
all the
Hooters,
hospitality shit, hotels and all that.
Hotels, all that. A lot of stuff closed. The malls were affected by the stuff like that. So. You got to be grateful. A lot of these small business owners have to be grateful for it because that they actually gave you guys the opportunity because they get more money actually. Yeah. Look, small business owners, I'm gonna put this out here, 22% tax. That's what you got to pay. Once you reach a certain amount, you got to pay more. That's how it is. So overall, it helped. It helped, but it's all about taking advantage, though. And a lot of people just didn't take the advantage. That's why I was so pissed off at a lot of people. And then it was stupid. Like, you motherfuckers actually gonna try to think you're gonna get over on the government with PPP loans. Y'all dumb as fuck.
I know people who are doing court right now.
I believe.
Because of the PPP scams. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, no, they coming for their money. They coming for it. It may be a little delayed because there's a lot of motherfuckers they coming for it. But... Woo,
that's
yeah.
the dumbest shit ever, though. Just think about it. I don't get people. You actually thought you was gonna get away with robbing the government, bro. They got all your information.
That part.
I don't care how you can be conniving and be slick. And there's ways people did it. I'll never disclose it, but for them motherfuckers that's up there taking people Social Security numbers, all that shit, doing unemployment stuff. To where you doing PPP loans with fake ass FEIN numbers, and then you go in there and then you put it in your own bank account.
Right, like you not trackable, nigga.
Like, come on, man, like y'all tripping. I don't get it. That's what I said, man. Our culture has to be smart. Y'all motherfuckers gotta stop acting like. Look, y'all motherfuckers gotta stop acting like y'all got a fucking 9th grade education. Act like you got at least a college education when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna do scamming.
And that's the thing. If you don't have the extracurricular education, the internet. It's free.
Exactly.
Like, I can tell you, Allison.net, let's see, Khan Academy, there, YouTube, I call it YouTube University because, baby, I done learned so much off YouTube. You can go on WikiHow, you can do, it's a lot of things and avenues. Shit, Harvard got free classes for people. All you gotta do is pay for exams or your certificates of completion. You can do all types of stuff like Udemy. Nah, you gotta pay, but it's a small fee for the investment that you get. Like, it's a wealth of information online. It's a wealth of resources. This is a time of no excuses. Social media has made everything so accessible. There is no excuse for you not to be able to pursue what you want to pursue.
Right.
Period. So what you waiting on? You ain't gotta do dumb shit for that. Speaking of dumb shit, I was in the hood the other day, chilling with my homeboy. These kids, we off 7 Mile and Gratiot. So these kids, it was nice outside, so you know, everybody acting a fool. These kids done stole somebody's Kia Optima and sitting up there racing it down the street, then took it in this little field, did donuts in the field, ran it back, and then crashed it at the end of the block. And then they ran back home, but the problem was their house was on the street that we was on. Why the fuck are y'all still in a car on the street y'all live on, doing donuts on the street y'all live on? I'm like, wow. So they walking back and they dispersing and they look guilty walking back. Like, and then the one boy was waiting on his friend and it's like he keep looking back. And then the one boy went back to the scene of the crime. I'm like, 5-0 over there now. They looking, and it's like, y'all look so guilty. Y'all going back to the scene of the crime. Y'all on your own block. Like, and y'all thought stealing a car was a good idea. Like, make it make sense. Have some sense about the shit y'all do. Like,
they just want to do it. You know, it's fun. I mean, when you think about when you that age, motherfuckers just want to do some shit just to do it.
I wasn't doing shit in my neighborhood.
But think about it. These are the same individuals who will sit there and have police chase and put that shit on IG Live. So these are the same individuals. They probably didn't have a phone, or they probably weren't thinking about it during that time, but they're like, shit, you know what I'm saying? That nigga Kato on the block or whatever gonna see me do these donuts. Gonna be like, man, that's a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it goes back to that. Attention is a whore, man. Just let it out. You know, so, but you got people that want to do it just to say, damn, that nigga did do that shit. That's a real nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? He actually went and stole that motherfucking kid. You know, did some donuts, nigga, left the grass glazed in the motherfucker and left out. Nigga, like, all right. And went back to the crime like, I don't know nothing, nigga. What's up? Just to say, like, damn, this nigga crazy. Yeah. Real nigga. But see, people, I don't know. I think that's what it boils down to with this generation again of the digital age, the social media age. They like that attention. They love it because it's crazy. I've seen so many people with these police chases, and like, hold on, you live. Like, why the fuck are you live? Like, you know they can find you, right? Same thing with the other day. I was looking at some shit the other day, and I guess it was two guys and a girl. The girl was in the back, and a guy pulled up and beat his horn and said some shit, and she like, pass the strap. She rolled the window down. Extendo, had the extendo on that bitch. Da da da.
Damn.
And this shit is all recorded though. That's why I'm like, man, y'all really incriminating yourself. Y'all really snitching on yourselves. Like, that's why when you look at a 6ix9ine, it's like, okay, is snitching cool?
He just proud of his environment at that point.
Exactly, because you gotta look at is snitching really cool because they doing that shit to get views.
Yeah.
They like, okay, well, shit, old girl wouldn't just, let off about 8 rounds. And she literally shooting. I mean, that shit got likes. Now you gonna have out of the 100 and, not even say 100, probably whatever, how many likes it is, 280,000 likes. Out of that 280,000 likes, you're gonna have 140,000 gonna think that's what's up. Like, shit, I'm gonna do that shit too.
Yeah.
So, It's the influence. They think that's what it is. Nah, that's not. You still snitching on yourself, dumbass, because they gonna build. It's an easy case to build. Like I would say this: if you're a lawyer right now, you making a lot of money.
Okay, that part.
You know what I'm saying? Making a lot of money right now. Jails, it's a lot of motherfuckers in there making license plates right now.
Listen, because you know, they privately owned institutions, so they just making all the bread off that shit.
That's what I said. It's crazy.
Damn, I was gonna say something and I forgot.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good. It was that sip.
That sip.
Shout out to the red cups.
Red
It
cup.
was in the red cups.
Red cup. Shout out all the whole squad. Rob, Mac, Slim, Rich, Boss, Jay. Shit, I'm forgetting now. It's too many of us. It's a goddamn gang. And plus, see, the red cup that got to me now. Oh, shit. Why am I forgetting this nigga? Damn, that's fucked up. I'm forgetting my nigga, man. Damn, Blake. My nigga Blake. Damn, see, Blake, my bad, bro. Love you, bro. Big Six. But, yeah, this social media age is off. It's fucking everybody mental up.
Yeah.
It really is. You know, utilize it for the good. You know, when you see them healthy meals and shit like that, and utilize it for that. Like, seriously, just try to get right. You know, speaking when it comes to your spirituality, whatever that you believe in. I'm not telling I believe in God. I'm not telling nobody if you believe in Allah, Buddha, whatever. That's on you. But if, you know, if that's what you want to see, you know, hey, if you want to your spiritual side and seek that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even if it comes to just your business, seek that. Even if it comes to parenthood, because some of the things I do love to see on there is people giving back. I had just seen not too long ago this guy. It was some homeless people, whatever, and they said they needed like $500 or something. They had a sign that said we need $500 to. I forgot what it was for. Something for their daughter. The guy filmed it. Was like he gave her $500. Then gave the daughter $500. Then gave the other daughter $500. I'm like, that's what's up.
That's
you know,
what's up.
Those are the things that we need to pay attention to because it's all about giving back. You know, because especially if you're fortunate. You know, a lot of us are fortunate. Instead of the stupid, I'm not gonna say stupid. Let me rephrase that. Instead of people that's always flashing money and all that's if that's what you do. That's what you do. But let's ask yourself: Are you giving back to the ones that are less fortunate?
You just sparked something in me because I was having this conversation. So I used to self-sabotage when it came to finances, right? And I feel like a lot of Black people do this because we grew up. Now, if you grew up in a struggle, you can either be like, I'm going to get it out the mud. I got to get it always, yada, yada, yada. And then you just flourish from there. Or you could get stuck in this like imposter syndrome mentality. Like, I don't deserve that much money. And you can make a sustainable lifestyle, but you ain't thriving. That's where I was at for a minute. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck is the problem? So like I did hypnosis and everything, and I coached myself. And then I realized like I was self-sabotaging and whatnot. And I feel like a lot of us get in this mind frame, and it's like, okay, we don't really thrive, and it's like we don't need money, and yada yada yada. I'm good without it. But it's like you could truly help people. Now, granted, with knowledge, each one teach one. I feel like you should always take somebody, especially the youth, and mentor them. Yeah. But on top of that, I can't help in the capacity that I want to help without getting that bread. Right. Go get that bag, because then you can spread it around, because people going to need money to survive. Mm-hmm. So you can help a lot more people, and you could delegate people to help as well, and expand your scope of helping people out when you make the bag. And you can make that be a philanthropist movement. Like, if you feel bad about having money and making it, it could be something bigger to you. Because we all need something bigger than us to propel us to do, like, our goals. So, yeah, let that be something. Because I found a lot of Black people that I've spoken to have had that issue. Yeah,
they want to... Because, a lot of it is they don't know how to really relay the information as well. Because I think they feel like some people are incompetent to dissecting it, you know, and embracing it. Because I think a lot of that comes from just when you think about back in the day, you know, when niggas, drug dealers and all the other shit, even I would even say even you sold drugs. We see the D boys on the block, all that other shit. They relayed the information, but they didn't give you all of the information.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing now when you know now, like a person knows how to get an LLC, a person knows how to get the net 30 up, then get the Duns and Bradstreet, all that other shit. That shit may sound foreign to another person, like Duns and Bradstreet. Do I gotta go drive there? You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like a person may not know that, but you have to break it down. And sometimes it's just patience. Like I think the person that's relaying the message may not have the patience to actually sit there and tell a person, look, this is what you got to do. Yeah. Like let me get an hour of your time, and I'm gonna put you on game.
Yeah.
And that's where the value comes into play. Like you got to teach the mind. You got to teach these individuals out here that say, hey, instead of me giving you $10, $50, $100, whatever, I'm about to give you the game so you can make way more than that. Because me giving you something is not going to be beneficial in the long run. Let me give you this game because, and it's all about how you take it.
Yeah.
Because a person, think about how many people that say they want to be millionaires. Are they going to put the work in to be a millionaire?
Most likely not.
You know what I'm saying? I would even say, shit, you want to be $1,000 there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you want to make $500,000 a year, $100,000 a year, whatever. Maybe are you going to put the work in? But look, let me give you this game.
Yeah. This
game is here. This is a free game for you. Now, whether you take it or you don't, that's on you, but I've given it to you.
I can tell you, even as a life coach, like, people say they want to, okay, so, did you hear about that study, as a matter of fact? Detroit, and it was the biggest cities in America. It was 180 big cities in America, and they ranked them on the happiest. Detroit came dead last.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
180 for the second year in a row. So, it's like, a lot of people say they want to have mental peace and they want to be happy and they want to do better and be better and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, so some people will have a consultation with me and I'll tell them like this requires work on your part. Yeah. Like you get homework, you got stuff you got to do, like, and this is an everyday thing for you and I'm going to hold you accountable. People shy away from that. Ooh, people do not like accountability. Ooh, and that's in a coaching aspect and in an everyday life aspect. Like, and they like, oh shit, there's work involved with this shit? Oh no, like I'm straight. And that's that instant gratification thing of like the internet and everything. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I just made a status yesterday. And I was like, entrepreneurship is the hub of delayed gratification. Yeah. And sometimes I have a problem accepting that. And I'm like, today is one of them days because I was irritated as hell yesterday. But it's like, I know that's a ebb and flow type thing. I ain't just going to stay there and be like, well, I don't want to do this no more. Right. No, I know it's a wave I got to ride out.
It's a slow grind. I'm going to tell you right now, it's literally like, it's almost like losing weight. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's a slow grind. Like, you can't just go get surgery and make sure, and all that shit gonna happen, right? You know, it's a slow grind. You got to work your way up. You got, work the weight off, and then in reverse, work your way up. Because it's just not gonna happen overnight. You got to make sure you follow each of these steps and just keep grinding at it, keep grinding at it, and then eventually, when you see the results, you're like, okay. And then it's also the short-term goals. I think everybody has long-term. It's cool to have long-term goals. Yes. But you have to make sure you hit those short-term goals first in order to get to the long-term goals. Yeah. And then when you get to the long-term goals, don't be content. I think that's the other problem. A lot of people are very content.
That's the one.
They are very content because once they get to a place, like let's just say, okay, I bought this house. I got this car. I got the family. I'm good. No, you're not good because guess what? It's still more work involved because you still have to maintain it. There's gonna be ebb and flows to it. Yeah. There's gonna be, who predicted that the inflation was gonna happen the way that it happened?
Right. Who predicted the pandemic?
Nobody predicted that. Like we had to make. I know shit. My family, we had to make moves and we adjusted to this new wave of the inflation. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, yeah, it's multiple streams of income, but now we gotta add 2 more just so we can be hella good to where we like, all right, we can sit there and put our feet up in the sand and eat grapes and shit. Whatever. They had that luxury feel versus grind.
Yes.
You know, so you can't be content on none of this shit. You gotta keep going. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people like them PPP niggas and all them motherfuckers. They got content. Like, yeah, we good. Yeah, but once that shit got stripped away, it was over. You know?
And that's the thing. Like, people be waiting on this big payday, like lottery type shit. Well, I can make 30 bands on this, and yada yada. That 30 bands gonna run out.
30 bands and shit.
Exactly. What you gonna do after that? Like, you haven't been doing shit after you got that 30 bands. So where's the rest of your income coming in? Keep going. Then you build that shit up. Like, you gotta keep that momentum going. And then once you get that momentum, you get a flow going, and then, you know, it's like you said, shit is gonna ebb and flow. But when you level out and you like, okay, cool. Because most people, when you make more money, you elevate your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you're still going to have the bills to match your lifestyle. Like,
Yeah.
and so you still have to work to maintain that. So at some point, like you said, don't get content with it, because you still have to work. And, you know, there's always going to be an emergency. Some shit is always going to inevitably fuck up. Like, something is not going to go according to plan. So you're going to need money for that. You need money for savings. You need money for, like, vacations and self-care. Like, and don't forget them vacations and self-care, because you can't just grind. You're going to grind yourself to the grave, like, if you don't chill. So, like, come on now. Like, just got to plan, strategize, and think. And you can utilize the internet for that information, like, for real.
Yeah, you definitely can. And, you know, even conversing with other people just to see how, you know, how what their situation is. It's not about being nosy. It's just information in general, to where you just trying to pick up on pointers to maybe see, hey, I'm learning from experience. You know, from another person's experience versus a motherfucker I don't know.
Yeah.
Just get that info. There's nothing wrong with getting that info. You know, especially if it's a person that you call a friend, brother, sister, whoever it may be. Get that info, because that'll help you along the way.
Yes.
You know?
I've been reaching out. Some of y'all, my Facebook friends, know. I've been reaching out to some of y'all, like, okay, I see that you've acquired this certain lifestyle, and I want to take you out to lunch, or I want to take you out to coffee, whatever, and I want to get some of the game from you. Like, and that's what I've been doing, and getting game from people who are in a spot that I would rather be in.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not asking you to put me on. I'm not asking for favors. I'm not asking for anything. Like, except knowledge. Give me the knowledge, and I'll pay you for your time, as far as, like, food and whatever. Like, but that's valuable right there. Knowledge is the ultimate value. Because I'm going to utilize that shit, and I'm going to make the bread off of it. Like, y'all don't understand. I'm hungry as hell. I'm starving. I'm on some DMX stop being greedy shit. Nigga, I'll snatch your plate. Like, for real.
But that's good. I mean, you know, but that's really what it is. And I think a lot of people got to get on that. And that's where I would say this, like, the young generation, I ain't trying to go on course, but these young motherfuckers, like, between 18, I don't even say 18, I'll say like 15 to like 24, they hungry. They mentality is on boss mode. They not no employees. They looking like we ain't no W-2 niggas. We 1099. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And it's smart. It's a smart way to think about it, because when you look at it, you're not developing your education, or building education towards making somebody else rich. You want to make sure you be a business and become rich. That's why people go to Harvard and Yale. Harvard and Yale is not predicated on you going to work for somebody. It's on you becoming a fucking business owner. That's just some game.
Yeah.
You know, so you always gotta keep that shit in mind. Like, be a boss. That's how you be a boss. And being a boss, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And like I said before, ain't no cut, no corners. You just gotta keep grinding at it and keep going at it, because it's a slow grind. It's definitely a slow grind, but you'll get there eventually. And we all do. You just gotta respect it and just take the necessary steps.
Yeah.
So.
And that's facts.
Yeah.
Well, folks, this has been episode 1 of Solutions for the Culture. Thank you so much, John McClain, for being our first guest. For the premiere. And we hope to have you back soon.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And it's been real, y'all. Think of 5 things you're grateful for. Gratitude to change your life.
Yeah.